Today, we've literally created a centre stage for the country's and the world's most inspiring female leaders so that you realise that a career in STEM is not just possible, but it's your future.
So there's a really broad range of careers that STEM skills can take you into, which is fantastic. And we've seen great progress in representation in certain areas. However, in certain areas, engineering, technology, we still have a long way to go. These roles are not just guys' jobs, that women can come in here and be successful, and we need that because the absence of diversity in STEM jobs is actually material.
You need good backers, not just money, smart investors, smart people. The best would be founder referral. Also, you want to interview them too. It's not one-way street, it's a two-way street. Like, how do they act when things are tough? Were they supportive or how do they act?
With Kin, we essentially want to empower women to take control around the decisions that impact their fertility and their reproductive health. Fertility is such a black box. We go through half our life thinking, I don't want to get pregnant. I'm trying not to get pregnant. And then all of a sudden you kind of make that switch maybe. And it becomes really all-consuming, and that's what you think about.
This isn't a breast pump, but this is the head of a breast pump. Now, the shocking thing to people who haven't used one is you put your breast in this. It's hard plastic. Can you hear that? I happen to be an engineer, and that means that I have some skills that are really good at, we're quite good at making things, and I have some friends who are good at that too, and so we wanted to see if we could completely turn the breast pump on its head.
It didn't stand out to me as something that would change my life utterly, which it did. And the reason was the reaction that people had to the movie, and it made me realize how few opportunities we give women to feel inspired by the female characters that they're watching. And it's informed my life ever since then.
Look for the people in your lives who are going to encourage you to be your best self.
In terms of identifying roles, I think if you don't have the experience on your CV that qualifies you exactly for a role, you need to connect the dots for the hiring manager because you might not be the obvious candidate.
Mistakes are good because you have to try new things. So you just have to think outside the box. And again, I think, we've always tried to not look too much at what's happening in the industry.
Understand what's the most important thing for you right now and honour that.
In the DNA of our whole talent development is in fact how we cultivate future leaders, but most importantly, how we make sure that those future leaders are women who are successful in their professions and successful as leaders.
So we are working with microbiologists to make sure our fermentation process is amazing. Fermentation is a time-honoured art, but it's also we're creating a science out of it as well.
My main goal at the very beginning was if I can get at least one person to think a little more before they made a fashion choice or a fashion purchase, that was me succeeding. This is what I was here to do.
STEM and breaking those barriers is really important. We believe in a future where we don't talk about gender targets, where we only talk about talent.
So if you ever wondered the value of a career in STEM, surely in the post-COVID world, that is no longer a question.